Okay, so today guys, let us discuss about the rational inequality. So alam naman natin pag sinabi nating irrational inequality, this is composed of irrational expressions combined with the sign na less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, less than or greater than sign. Okay, sa video na ito, pag-aralan natin kung paano mag-solve ng rational inequality. So meron tayong dalawang given examples dito. So ito ang isosolve natin sa video na ito. So heads up lang guys, bago tayo mag-proceed sa ating discussion, so let us familiarize muna sa mga symbols na ginagamit natin dito sa rational inequality. So sa rational inequality guys, we use the open and close bracket. Okay, so itong open and close bracket guys, is ginagamit natin to represent that a certain number is part of the solution. Just like for example, kung meron tayo ditong open bracket, negative 2. So, ibig sabihin, si number that is exactly negative 2 is part of the solution. Okay? Pag may makita naman tayo dito na close bracket na halimbawa 3 close bracket, so ibig sabihin po niyan, si 3, exactly 3, is part of the solution. So, itong close and open bracket, ginagamit natin siya to represent that a certain number is part of the solution. So we also use yung solid circle or solid dot natin to represent that a given number is also part of the solution. Kapag may number tayo na nakita na nandoon sa solid circle, so ibig sabihin that number is part of the solution. Part of the solution. Okay? So ito yung mga symbols na kailangan nating tandaan. Okay, so in this case naman, so of course the opposite ng part of a solution, we use the not part of the solution. So we use the open and close parenthesis to represent a number that is not part of the solution. Hindi part ng solution. So halimbawa, this is open bracket 3. So ibig sabihin, si number 3, exactly number 3, is not part of the solution. Si close bracket naman na halimbawa negative 7. So si negative 7 or exactly negative 7 is not part of the solution. Then we use naman yung open circle to represent a number that is not part of a solution. So these are the symbols that we are going to use if we want to represent a number that are not part of the solution. Okay, not part. Okay, this is not part of the solutions. Okay? So, ito yung mga symbols na ginagamit natin. We also use yung symbol, guys, yung close and open parenthesis kapag ka nandito is the negative infinity. And we also use the close parenthesis kapag ka dito naman is the positive infinity. So, wala naman siyang kinaugnayan masyado doon sa ating part or a part or not part of a solution. So, it's just that we use the close and open parenthesis to represent a negative and positive infinity. Okay, so let us have here an example number 1. So we have here x plus 2 all over x minus 3 is less than or equal to 0. So eto guys, ano po ba yung pinapahanap natin dito? So ibig sabihin, we have to find the value of x dito na kung saan ang value ng x na ito is ang kalalabasan after isa-substitute sa ating given rational expression or inequalities, ang lalabas is less than or equal to 0. So ano-ano kaya yung value ng x natin dito na pwede natin isa-substitute na kung saan masasatisfy natin ang condition na ang lalabas is less than or equal to 0. So yun ngayon yung hahanapin natin. Para mahanap yun guys, so we have to follow the step-by-step process. Ang unang process na pwede nating magawa ay gagawin natin sa kabilang side, which is sa left side, gawin natin siyang isang rational inequalities. At sa kabilang side naman, sa right side, is dapat naka-0 ito. Okay? Since in this given example, guys, nasatisfy natin yung first step natin, so therefore, skip na natin yung ating first step. We have to follow na the second step. Sa second step naman natin, guys, ay hanapin naman natin yung tinatawag natin na point of interest. So, hanapin natin the point of interest. Sa ibang libro, guys, ang tawag nito na point of interest, they call it as critical number. Some books also call it as a meaningful numbers. But this time, let us just use the point of interest in finding or in doing the step number 2. So paano po ba natin mahanap yung point of interest? Okay? So para mahanap natin yung ating point of interest, titingnan natin kung kailan magiging 0 ang ating numerator na x plus 2 at kailan magiging 0 yung ating denominator na x minus 3. So in this case, sa ating numerator na x plus 2, so kailan siya mag-i-equal sa 0 ang ating x plus 2? Kailan mag-equal sa 0? So of course, if the value of our x is equal to negative 2. At ito naman yung x minus 3, kailan po siya mag-0? Of course, if the value of our x is equal siya sa positive 3. So ito ngayon, yung negative 2 and the positive 3, ito ngayon yung tinatawag natin na point of interest. After natin makuha guys, yung tinatawag natin na point of interest, i-substitute natin ito sa ating original given inequalities. Kung ang original given inequalities natin is x plus 2 all over x minus 3, so this is less than or equal to 0. So let us see kung masasatisfy niya ba after natin masubstitute itong negative 2. Masasatisfy niya ba ang condition ng ang lalabas is less than or equal to 0. Okay, substitute natin. So we have here negative 2 plus 2 all over x minus 3 or negative 2 plus 3 is less than or equal to 0 ba? So we know negative 2 over, negative 2 plus 2 is 0. Then negative 2 plus 3 is 1 is less than or equal to 0. So, ang ano natin, 0 divided by 1. So, we know any number or 0 divided by any number is equal to 0. So, ang kalalabasan is less than or equal to 0. So, in this case, guys, nasatisfy niya yung condition natin na ang lalabas dapat is less than or equal to 0. So, therefore, we can say that yung ating point of interest na negative 2 is part of the solution. So, part of the solution. Okay? So, in this case naman, after natin masubstitute yung negative 2, substitute naman natin ngayon yung ating negative 3 sa ating original given rational expression. So, mangyari, substitute natin, ito lang din naman yon. So, 3 plus 2 all over 3 minus 3 is less than or equal to 0. So, as you observe guys, dito we have here 5 over 0. So, less than or equal to 0. So, 5 over 0. So, we know this will become undefined kasi any number divided by 0 will become undefined. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, itong undefined na ito is not considered as part of the solution. Or we can say that yung x na nakuha natin dito will not be part of the solution. Okay? Okay, for our step number 3 naman guys, ang gagawin natin doon sa ating point of interest ay ipa-plot naman natin siya ngayon sa ating number line. So magawa tayo ng ating number line dito. So we have here the number line. So we know naman 'di ba pag number line, so we have here negative value sa kaliwa, sa kabila naman is the positive value or the positive infinity. At sa gitna niyan is yung 0. Okay, so dito yung mga positive numbers. At sa kabila naman are the negative numbers. So, anong gagawin natin? So, di ba meron tayong point of interest? I-plot natin doon sa ating number line. So, let us say na yung 2 natin, na negative 2, is located siya dito. Okay? So, this is the negative 2. And our negative 3 naman, or the positive 3 na point of interest, is located naman siya dito. So, this is the positive 3. Okay? So, in this case, guys, since si negative 2, sabi natin, is part of the solution, so therefore, maglagay tayo dito ng solid circle na nandito. So, ibig sabihin, si exactly 2 is part of the solution. And si 3 naman is not part of the solution kasi magiging undefined. So, therefore, maglagay lang tayo dito ng open circle. Okay? So, pwede kayo dyan maglagay ng imaginary line na ang line na ito is yung boundary nandoon kay negative 2. Ito naman, yung line na ito is boundary na nandito kay positive 3. Okay? Ang gagawin natin ay kukuha tayo ng value na located mula dito kay negative 2 up to negative infinity. So ano ba yung mga possible value na pwede natin makuha dito? Pwede tayong makakuha ng negative 3, pwede tayong makakuha ng negative 4, pwede tayong makakuha ng negative 5, up to kahit negative 1 million. Okay? So kukuha tayo dito ng isang value. So ito naman, so ano yung mga value naman na makuha natin sa pagitan ng negative 2 hanggang kay 3. So pwede tayong makakuha dito ng positive or negative 1. Pwede tayong kumuha ng 0, pwede tayong kumuha ng positive 1, at pwede tayong kumuha ng 2. Okay? Then dito naman, ano pwede natin makuha mula kay 3 pataas up to positive infinity. So pwede tayong kumuha dyan ng number 4, number 5, number 6, up to positive infinity. Okay, so this time, kukuha tayo ng kahit anong numbers na nasa pagitan ng mga imaginary line na ito. Okay, so let us say, dito is kumuha tayo ng negative 4. Okay, kinuha natin yung negative 4 this time. Ito naman, kumuha naman tayo ng palagay natin 0 kasi nandito located yung 0. Or let us get na lang the 2. Okay? Dito naman, pwede tayong kunin yung 5 kasi nandito yung mga numbers na nasa 5. After natin makuha yung mga number na ito, so ite-test natin siya ng bawat isa kung masasatisfy niya ba yung condition mula doon sa ating original given rational expression. So if we have here our original given expression na x plus 2 is less all over x minus 3 is less than or equal to 0 ba ang kalalabasan if we are going to substitute the number na nakuha natin dito. So let us test. So we have here negative 4 plus 2 all over negative 4 minus 3 is less than or equal to 0. So in this case, we know this is negative 2 all over negative 7 is less than or equal to 0. So dito, negative divided by negative is positive. So here naman magiging 2 over 7 which is equal to less than or equal to 0. So tama ba na ang 2 over 7 is less than or equal to 0? So in this case, nagiging false. Okay? So hindi tama na ang 2 over 7 is not less than or equal to 0. So it don't satisfy the condition. This one naman, yung kinuha natin na 2, substitute naman natin sa original given inequalities. So we have here the inequalities, substitute natin. So here, 2 plus 2 all over 2 minus 3 less than or equal to 0 ba? So we can have here 4 over 2 minus 3. So this is equal siya sa negative 3. So less than or equal to 0 ba ito? In this case, 4 over 3 ay magiging negative 4 over 3. Okay? Ang negative 4 over 3 ba is less than or equal to 0? Okay? Yes, we know. So this time, this is true. Ibig sabihin, nasatisfy niya yung condition. How about dito naman sa 5? So paano naman ngayon yung value pag isa-substitute natin siya sa original inequality? So we will have 5 plus 2 all over 5 minus 3 less than or equal to 0 ba? So ito ay magiging 7 over 5 minus 3 is 2 less than or equal to 0 ba? Is 7 over 2 is less than or equal to 0? So in this case, magiging false. Okay? So eto guys, pag true ang kinalabasan, so ibig sabihin yung mga value na nasa pagitan ng number na iyon, so masasabi natin na magiging part siya ng solution. Pag nag-false naman siya, katulad nito, ibig sabihin yung mga value na nasa taas will not be part of the solution. Sa last step naman natin guys, ang gagawin natin is express natin yung pinaka-final answer natin sa interval notation. So paano po ba natin express into interval notation? 'Di ba sabi natin kapag part of the solution, we are going to use yung bracket. So ibig sabihin, itong si negative 2 is part of the solution. Okay? So here, yung negative 2, yung boundary ng negative 2 is part of the solution. Kaya negative 2 hanggang kay 3. Okay? Hanggang kay 3 na nandito, pero si exactly 3 is not part of the solution. So this is now our final answer. Okay? So yung mga numbers na nandito, which is from exactly -2 up to kay 3 or bago darating kay 3 are the numbers that are part of the solution. Na kapag isa-substitute natin sa original given inequalities, ang mga number na ito ay masasatisfy niya ang condition na ang lalabas is less than or equal to 0. So yun lamang po. Okay, so ito yung step-by-step process sa step number 4.